It's time for another real estate market update. Now it's May, is a little bit late in May. Unfortunately, I couldn't upload a video this month. I was very busy earlier this month, but with some delay and apology for kind of late market update in real estate. I'm gonna give you the statistic, the numbers about the real estate market, and it's kind of interesting because the inventory is low. Because of that low inventory, actually the price is still high. However, it's not gonna stay like this forever. Just want to make sure that you understand that there are so many things going on in the financial world, in the banking world, in the real estate world. And most likely this month, May, and next month, June, will be the peak months for real estate, at least in Colorado. That's what I see. July, maybe not. However, from the third and the fourth quarter, the real estate market most likely will be different. If you remember, in 2007, we had 3 banks failed, and then in 2008, 25 banks failed. And this year, we have so far 4 banks failed, and the amount of money of these 4 banks actually is much higher than those 3 banks in 2007. So this is the perspective. And I know because of the low inventory, the price is still high, although the prices actually are lower than, for example, last peak we had in last May. And I want you to be careful to follow our market update closely. And if you want to sell your house, probably now is the best time for this year. Next year, most likely it's going to be worse than this year. Why? Because the government want to control the inflation rate at any cost. So how they do it? By increasing the interest rate. When they raise the interest rate, what will happen? Some buyers get out of the market because they cannot afford it anymore, because the monthly payment will be much higher than that they can afford. And the other thing is, with higher interest rate, many companies, because their business plan or even business model was based on the low interest rate for so many years, now when the interest rate is going higher and higher and higher, then they cannot afford it. And what will happen? They have to cut the cost of their company. And part of that cost cutting is laying off people. When they lay off people, maybe those people, they get unemployment for 6 months, but what's gonna happen after that? So that's why most likely the real estate market will be different. Starting next couple of months, and then maybe in the fourth quarter of this year, it will be totally different. Next year, most likely the same. If we're not gonna have a crash, maybe in 2025, the real estate market will start to go back up. However, most likely not gonna be jumping like a few years before. If we're gonna have a crash, because some economists actually, they say we're gonna have a crash worse than 2008, and some economists, they say no, because people have a lot of equities in their houses, probably not gonna be crashed. So who knows what's gonna happen, but I want you to be prepared. So if you're gonna have a crash, it's gonna be a different story, because there are a lot of problems with the geopolitics in different areas of the world going on, and there are a lot of issues and problems with the economy and inflation, and we have inflation and recession at the same time, which is very weird. Probably never happened before, at least so far that I know. So there are a lot of things going on, and I want you to plan and decide wisely. If you want to sell your house, or you want to downsize, upsize, move to another area, move to another state, or whatever your plan is, go ahead and contact me. I'll be glad to come and meet with you and go through your case specifically, and through these updates also, and our plan to sell your house quicker and for higher than the traditional home selling process. So let's go through the numbers to see what's going on in the real estate market. All right, so let's talk about the Denver metro area real estate market and give you the update for May, which we're going to talk about April, because as you know, we talk about the months before. If you remember, we talk about like 11 counties in Denver metro area. And if you have not subscribed to our channel, please go ahead and subscribe it. That's going to help us actually to grow, and you're not going to miss any other video on market update or the other videos on real estate that it's going to be more and more important when the market is shifting. So go ahead please and subscribe. If you get value out of this video, please go ahead and give us a thumbs up and like the video, and please share it with your friends, family members, co-workers, colleagues, neighbors, people in your community. That will help them to get the best service in real estate and help us to grow more and more. So this is me. If you don't remember my contact information, so this is my contact information. I'm affiliated with Keller Williams, the largest real estate company, and I'm in real estate for 13 years, since 2010. And fortunately, up to now, we have been very successful. I didn't have any expired, and I have another video on expired also. So if you know someone whose home got expired on MLS, that video will help them. And if you know someone want to sell or buy, or sell and buy, downsize, upsize, whatever they are dreaming in real estate, so we can assist them to make sure that their dream will come true. And I'm a member of Institute for Luxury Home Marketing, and I'm in luxury real estate also for several years. I also have certification. I'm certified and regional director for 72 Sold program. Probably you have seen our advertisement from 72 Sold program on TV. If you have seen those advertisements, probably you are familiar with this graph that 6 independent studies showed in the past 3 years, or over 3 years now, we have been very successful, and we sold many houses for 8.4 to 12%, let's say average 8% higher than the traditional way of home selling. And it was not only because of the hot market in the past. As you see, the first quarter of 2023 and even last quarter of 2022, which the market was slowing down compared to a couple of years ago, we successfully could sell houses for higher than the traditional way of selling. We have been featured on several TV channels, and we have over 2,000 5-star Google review. So just wanted to let you know that we are nationally recognized as America's leading home selling program, and this is going to be in your service. Now let's talk about the numbers. If you compare the active listing in April 2023 and compare it to last April, you see the active listing is higher. However, the new listings, the blue column, the second one, the new listings is not that high. So it's significantly about like what, 2,100 homes less than April 2022 came on the market. And that's why when the listing is new listings and like the total active listing is less than the demand, that helps the price to stay strong, and the price will remain strong unless we're gonna have changes. When we have more listings, which most likely it will happen after the second quarter, maybe in the third and fourth quarter, that will happen because there are so many different things going on in the economy. And probably you've heard about mass layoff from companies that most likely is going to be more in the future. So just keep it in mind. If you want to sell your house, probably May, June, maybe July, but May and June for sure, most likely it's going to be the peak for this year. And just if you're thinking of selling your house, please go ahead and contact me. So I'll be happy to come and assist you. The median close price, as you see for detached, the kind of orange or beige column, the median close price for April 23 was $640,000 for detached, and if you compare it to last April, it was $680,000. So about $40,000 less than last April, and for attached it was $410,000 this April compared to last April, which was $440,000. This is median close price, and this is the median close price in a different graph. So this is average and median. I'm interested more in median, the blue graph right here, the bottom graph, that you see the total for attached and detached in those 11 counties in Denver and metro area, and all other counties around Denver. The average for both was 580,000. Median. Sorry, median price was 580,000, which compared to last April, it was 617,000. So you know that the market is shifting. Although the prices are remaining relatively strong, but because the number of listing, the amount of houses on the market is much less than the demand. That's why. Now here the average days in MLS, that is dropping compared to a couple of months ago, but if you compare it to last April, you see that significantly is higher. So for detached single family home, the average days on market was 30 days, and for attached was 25 days, while last April it was 9 and 8 respectively. The number of new listings, as we mentioned before, for detached is dropping, even compared to last month is less, and compared to last April is significantly lower. And even for detached, for attached probably not a big difference, but still is significantly lower than last April and somehow lower than last month. And this graph shows the month-end active listings and the month-end closed homes. So the beige or kind of orange graph, this is from 2008 to 2023, the month-end active listings and the month-end closing. are shoulder to shoulder, very close to each other. But as you see, in 2008 up to almost 2012, the months end active listing was significantly higher than the closing. But now they are shoulder to shoulder. However, it may change at the end of this year and next year also. This is kind of summary of what we talked about. The data snapshot is the summary of those numbers. As you see, the active listing at month end, the active listing. Active listing means the number of houses that they stayed on market from the months before, or like the few months before, and plus the active listing. There's a new listing. So that's the active listing. The houses remained on the market from previous month, and the new listing for example, in this example, April. So that's why you see it's green and is higher percentage, like by 44% higher than last year, and 2.3% compared to the previous month, compared to March. However, the new listing is dropping, the pending is less, the closed homes is less, and the closed price, I'm more on this one, and the closed price I'm more interested in median, was minus 6% less than previous year, and sales volume is dropping, and days on market is going up. And the close price to list price, as you see, close price to list price means the price that the house was closed practically compared to the last list price, not the original price, the last list price that that house went under contract. Because many houses they drop price after the original price. So don't think this was compared to the original price. This is compared to the last list price. And as you see, last month, like in April compared to March, was a little bit higher, like this ratio, the close price to list price, close to 100% of the list price, while a month ago was slightly less than 100%, and a year ago was significantly higher than 100%, that's over 6% higher than the list price. So you know that the market is changing, it's shifting, and just I want you to be prepared. This on this table, I want you to pay attention to this column, MOI, month of inventory. It means the number of houses on the market compared to demand. So if there is no any other houses come on the market at that time when they made this table, it was enough. For example, on $1 million and over, so basically most of them are luxury houses, the MOI, the month of inventory, was 2.3. It means the houses were enough for the demand at that time that they made this table. It was enough for 2.3 months. And in signature market, 750,000 to just under $1 million, it was enough for 1.6 months. And for the premier market, 500 to 750, it was enough for 1 month. So as you see, this is still seller's market. Seller's market means when the MOI, the month of inventory, is less than 3 months. So in many markets, even in luxury housing, the market is seller's market in many areas in Colorado. And definitely for signature market and premier market in many areas, still seller's market. When the MOI, the month of inventory, is between 3 to 6 months, we call it balanced market. And then if it's over 6 months, we call it buyer's market. However, the severity of the seller's market or buyer's market are different. Like for example, between 2008 to 2012, the MOI was significantly higher. It was not for months, like for 2008, 2009, 2010, even it was for years. Then the number of houses on the market were enough for example, over 10 months, 12 months, over a year. So that's how you need to pay attention to this indication to compare the market and see what's going on in the market. However, it doesn't stay like that. Most likely, per the experts, like economic experts, it may change in the third and fourth quarter significantly. So if you want to sell your house, just go ahead and contact me. For luxury market in Colorado, the stories is almost the same, like the premier market and the signature market. So the new listing dropped, pending dropped, closed dropped, and sales volume dropped. The days on MLS, the days on market went up, and the close price to list price in luxury market saw the higher drop than the other markets. So it was about 6% for premier and signature market, and now you see it is 8% here. And price per square foot total dropped compared to last year also. Now you see these numbers for signature market, which is similar to a luxury market, except the close price to list price here is doing a little bit better. It dropped, but not as significant as luxury market. And as you see, the premier market, like the houses between 500 to 750, you see the same story, except the days on MLS is significantly higher, like 300%, the average days on market. And the close price to list price we talked about 6% drop. However, price per square foot total dropped significantly in this market, more than 12%. That was the numbers for the real estate market for May, which we talked about April. And if you have probably you have not seen my other video that just recently uploaded on expired 4 reasons that your home got expired on MLS. So please go ahead if you know anyone. Actually, it's good for all of you to watch it, to pay attention to the details, to the reasons why your home gets expired. Fortunately, in past 13 years, I have not had any expired home. It doesn't mean it's not going to happen in the future. However, the type of marketing that I do, like effective marketing, and the type of presentation and pricing, like strategic and dynamic pricing that I do, is completely different than traditional way of home selling. And it helps you if you want to sell your home, or if you want to know someone in your neighborhood, or family members or friends that their home got expired on MLS. Please let them know to watch that video on 4 main reasons. Actually, there are more reasons, but on this video that I didn't want to make it too long, I mentioned 4 reasons. And when I get to the sellers together on a meeting for consultation, I'm going to show you our way of home selling and why this is different than non-traditional way. Please go ahead and subscribe to our channel and introduce our channel to your friends, family members, coworkers, people in your neighborhood and your community. That will help them to get the best service, and that will help us to grow and help more orphans in the community. Probably you know that we are sponsoring orphanages around the world, and my goal is to expand it to more and more orphanages. Thank you so much for watching, and see you on the next video.